Good evening and welcome to DCL Primetime. Satish Gaba should be shortly joining. I'm afraid to have to be the bearer of bad news, but I've been told that Parthiv is in the emergency room, and apparently all of you know that Parthiv uh, has a very strong heart. He has given plenty of people real hard time from behind the wickets over the years. He's a beloved figure, but many of us hate him for the fact that he gives us such a hard time while we are on the cricket field. But off the field, he's a gem of a person. But he's in the emergency room, and you might be wondering why he's in the emergency room. And he's in the emergency room because his good friend KK has been giving him nightmares because he keeps sending Murli Kanangati up the order and himself down the order. And every time he sees that, Parthiv just cannot stand it. Parthiv cannot stand nepotism. Parthiv cannot stand anything where inefficiency is promoted. And sure enough, the moment he saw that KK had demoted himself and the wrong KK was sent up the order, poor Parthiv had a real tough time digesting it. But anyway, I'm just joking. Parthiv is fine, as I think he has some personal things to attend to, and so that's why he's unable to join us. But looks like it's going to be me hosting the show until Gaba can join us, and when he joins us, we'll get going on the analysis which he has to give. Meanwhile, I'll cover some of the pool Division 2 games. First of all, we'll take a look at Gujarat Warriors versus Rachia Riders. Again, just this was Gujarat Riders Warriors all the way 106 for 9. They are the creme de la creme of pool of Division 2. I think they played 6 games and won all 6 games. And Rachia Riders, who have been having a fabulous outing so far this season, were no match for Gujarat Warriors, and Chintan Patel and Sukun Patel. The two Patels got the job done, and then Bhavin Patel came in and double finished the job. But Rachia Riders really surrendered the ghost without really doing anything much in terms of competing with regards to the overall score. And once again, the game was so lopsided that basically all 11 players, I think this must be a new record, because Gujarat Warriors made sure all 11 bowlers, all 11 of their players can bowl, and all 11 of them bowled. And so that must be a new DCL record in and of itself. But congrats to Gujarat Warriors, I guess. And so we'll move on from there and then move to the next game, which I believe is what is that? I believe the next game is Red Devils versus sorry, not Red Devils, Motor City versus Royal Challengers. Once again, in this game, this was a close game, and this one, obviously, Motor City is basically, if you ask me, this is Red Devils and Safari second comings, because I see Jayant Donti Reddy there, Ravi Rachin Samidala there, and Karthik there. But in this particular game, Bhargav and Karthik simply were too good. They had very good outings with the bat. But for Royal Challengers Detroit, Ashwant and Ishwar had good games. But in the end, RCD record is 4-2, and they are in the 3rd place. Motor City is in the 8th place, but Motor City did themselves some favors by winning this game. We knew they had the talent, but in this game, I guess the talent produced. So congrats to Motor City and Bhargav on a good outing. Good win for them. RCD has been playing good cricket so far this season, so congrats to them. We'll move on from that game and go to what is that? Phantoms versus Rangers. Once again, this was a shocker. I mean, I think all the analysts. Hi, Gavabai. Welcome to the show. Didn't all the analysts have Rangers winning this game? But this was a lopsided game. Phantoms took care of business against Rangers, and Phantoms, I think Teja Makineni had absolutely fantastic game, 57 and 47 balls, 3 4s, 4 6s. If you ask me, that was the one-man show which got them to 139. I mean, there were a couple of other, 3 4 other double. Rohit had a good game. Krishna had a good game. Harshavardhan had a good game. But 19 extras, and Rangers, they sometimes they perform well, and then suddenly they disappoint. But again, with Rangers, what I wonder is which Ranger team is going to show up. I mean, when I look at this team in this game, there are three or four of them that I can think of which played this game. But there was another game which I looked at where I could only recognize two players, namely Sandeep Gaud and Jitendra. But in this game, FT played, Vijay Midday played, Jitendra played. So this was more like the Ranger team that we know of. Shravan Gaud played, so good for them. But nevertheless, this was not the outcome which the Rangers were hoping for. But for Phantoms, the time I don't pick them, they go and win the game. I've been on the Phantoms bandwagon, but it's like I can't win if I pick them, and I can't win if I don't pick them. So either ways, I think the analyst community probably got it all wrong, but the Phantoms had a fantastic outing and got the job done. So congrats to Phantoms, and we'll move on from that. Stallions versus SLCC Guardians was the other game which we wanted to cover. This one, Mohammad Alvi had a fantastic game, 50 runs and 60 balls for Stallions. But if you ask me, it was Mohammad Alvi versus the Rupendra show. Rupendra had an equally good outing for SLC Guardians, scoring 41 out of 58 with 5 4s. That's very rare that you see 5 boundaries being hit all along the ground, whereas Alvi had 3 6s and 1 boundary. But in the end, this was a game, again, I'm sure most of us probably predicted the Guardians, but Stallions sprang a surprise on this one. So congrats to Stallions on this. Guardians probably were missing Hari Kurada. I heard Hari Kurada got injured. And so he did not play this game. So, but other than that, maybe that also probably affected their strength of players coming in from Lansing, but they still had 11 players. So you would have expected that they would have got the job done against Stallions. The next game we were moving on to is Dark Horses versus Rebels Cricket Club. Dark Horses, good game here. 92 beat Rebels 82. Somewhat of a close game, but once again, when I think about that game, once again, I'd see that it's multiple performances, but Rahul Bhandari had a pretty good game. Now, I do not know if you remember this, Gababai, but Rahul Bhandari used to score a lot of runs a few years back. So it's good to see him back in the runs. And Mohammad Nabi has been a consistent performer along with Pankaj Watts. So once again, those two guys got the job done. But again, 23 extras given up by Rebels certainly did not help. In a close game, that many extras doesn't help. But if you thought 23 extras was too high, Dark Horses surprised us by giving 38 extras. I mean, 38 is probably the DCL record for this year, I'm guessing. I do not know if we have a stat. If one of our stat kings is here, we could have asked them. I don't remember seeing any game where we have seen 38 extras, but in this one, we see 38 out of 82 runs were extras given by Dark Horses. So Dark Horses tried there.
Yeah, Pankaj was contributed 15 extra on that 38. 14 wides and 1 no ball in just 3
but when
overs.
you're but let me tell you, when you're the skipper, you can do anything. As long as you win the game, nobody is going to say one thing. All I know, Gababai, is what is that? I went for one speaking engagement and I come back, and the next thing I know, the whole DCL world is upside down. Titans are on top. And what is that? Glads are outside, looking from outside to see if we can somehow get into the top 6. but it's looking really, really shaky for us. And what is that? Indas lost 2 games in a row. Stars lost to Titans. All I know is Titans are ruling the roost here. And and I come back and I see that Parthiv has disappeared. And the last I heard is Parthiv got the shock of his life when Murli Karanangeti was sent again up the order. And our friend KK went down the order in yet another game at number 10 or something like that. And Parthiv could just not handle it. And he said, man, I cannot, I cannot take it. I cannot take it anymore. I simply cannot take it anymore. So he has done the disappearing act. And here I am holding up the thing. But anything else to add on that? Well, I think we should move on because we have a lot of games to cover.
Right.
So then we have KECC versus Rural Honkars. I mean, Hunkars, give them credit. I mean, this is a shocker again. Nobody saw coming. KECC bundled out for 55. And I think some of you guys had them in the top 4. And, you had the thing with our Tejas Shategowda back. And he's the skipper of the team. And he's back from India and everything. Almost it was like they can't lose from here. But really speaking, they really did not get the job done. And this was a dismal performance. I mean, this was a pathetic performance, if you ask me, considering how strong a favorite they were against Royal Hunkars. But Royal Hunkars, give them credit, Sanjay and Srikanth, the 2 SS boys, got the job done. It's a low-scoring game, but nevertheless, they won with bonus. So anytime you can do that, that's a pretty good job. I mean, especially when you hardly won. I don't think they won a game last year. So to come back here and beat a supposedly strong team like KACC speaks volumes about them. So Hunkars going in the right direction. Punjab Lions and Marvels. I mean, again, Punjab Lions got the job done. They got the bonus. Again, we probably want to race through this because, again, I think it's Prithpal Munde. He's been having a fabulous season. Gurdeep Singh has been leading well from the top. Marvels had a good outing last game. Didn't Marvels upset somebody last week? Correct me if I'm wrong. I remember seeing some. They upset some good team last week, if I'm not mistaken. But misses my mind. But
Motor City only. They
Motor
did
City.
lost.
Yeah.
They did won against the Motor City. I think everybody voted for Motor City. Motor City was favorite at that point.
Okay, so congrats to Punjab Lions and on their victory, 114 for 9 beats 92 for 10. And then we have Scorpions. Scorpions playing Thunderbolts. And I must tell you, the Scorpions team has been an absolute disappointment. I mean, they have some very good players in their midst, but none of them really ever gone. Manjinder Gill, their skipper, played for Gladys. He's an excellent player, but he alone can't get the job done. I mean, in this game, he scored 21 runs out of that 70. But Mandeep Singh had 22. But, I mean, Indrapreet and Satwir had games. But, even despite those 4 guys getting into double figures, I'm surprised that they still folded for 70 and 21.5. I did not expect this. But Thunderbolts having a good outing here. Once again, getting the job done. I didn't see our friend Avinash Raghu there. But nevertheless, team got it done despite only 2 guys being in double figures. But that Mithilesh Jagannathan is a very good player, good, solid player. I'm not sure why he comes this low, but it might be a.
He's doing it from the last year. I think even last year he scored good bunch of run for the Thunderbolt, but he was batting on this down on. Maybe.
I know when we played them 2 years ago, he came 1 down. Or was it a few years ago? Maybe because I remember I was there for that game, or was I there for the game? Or maybe I saw it on YouTube. Whatever it is, I thought when I saw him play, I saw him bat, I thought he was a pretty good batsman. But anyways, good game for Division 2 Thunderbolts. SSK versus Stingers. SSK has been the other eye-opener. They have been doing fabulously well after the initial pundits had ruled them that they had lost too much talent. and they would not compete. But I think a change in captaincy has done wonders for them, because SSK has been performing lights out in Division 2, and this game is no exception. I would have, I think we all might have gone with Stingers, because we are all Alagu Paulraj favorites, or we are fans of Alagu, and we like Jagan there, and good team, good behavior. They play well. They play they play the correct spirit, and nothing you can write against them. Solid team. Somehow in this game they just did not perform up to the level which they usually perform, but that might have more to do with SSK, because again in SSK you had Tejeswar, who had a pretty good outing. But it's the guy who came at the end, Gavabai, Sai Sriya. He had 30 runs in 12 balls, one four and 4 sixes at a 250 strike rate. I think that's what really propelled the score. Not that even if the score was in the 90s or even in the 80s, they still were going to win this game, because still Stingers could only get a paltry 67, out of which 14 were extras. So once again, I think it is SSK getting the job done. It's not like anybody had an outstanding game with the ball. I mean, all of them picked wickets on an average, but they were pretty miserly. That's what I noticed from the figures, at least. So even I think the only guy who was non-miserly is our friend Lingappan Dakshinamurthy. I mean, 2 overs, 13 runs, but everybody, and maybe Kishore to a certain extent, but everybody else was pretty miserly out there. But anyway, congrats to SSK. They're playing a good brand of cricket right now. So I'm not sure if Glatz can even beat SSK at this point, the way we are playing. But that's just the way we are playing evokes no confidence here. But then what else? We have Vikings versus Michigan Rangers. Well, this one, again, a close game, but you would expect Michigan Rangers to win this hands down, pants down. But Vikings have been a revelation. They have been playing pretty good cricket all of this year. And I think what I had for them is it's a solid win against a quality opponent. I mean, Vikings, if you are really ask me, um, Vikings won this game, but Rangers again, disappointed in this game, right? 86 for 10. You would think that they would have been able to defend that or come overhaul that total against Vikings, but Vikings defended 90. I think Durga Prasad has been leading Vikings pretty well. I mean, 11 runs in 16 balls. It's a captain's innings. If you ask me, he just stayed at the wicket. Pretty much, he also took 3 wickets. And so, 90 runs in 23.1 overs. I think that's DCL experience. Just standing there and somehow manufacturing the runs, somehow see if you can get to 90, 95, 100. And there, the game is in the hand. I thought Vaibhav Sehgal put on a masterclass in scoring 30 out of 42 balls with 2 boundaries and against a quality opponent. But I don't know, this Michigan Rangers, MI Rangers, I sometimes I call them the mystery Rangers. The reason I see that is because in this game, only Sandeep Gaud and Jitendra Singh are the only 2 names I recognize. The remaining 9 players are all brand new. So this is where the problem happens. You are expecting somebody to show up and they don't show up. Some of their players who are quality players in the past, which had made this team a team which had even beaten Knockers, who was a DCL champion in round 1 of the playoffs, in a pre-quarter final. That team is capable, right? So you have some capable players. But in this game, again, I see only 2 of them. I see only Siddharth Ragala came to play. Scored 20 out of 30, 1 boundary and 1 6.
He took a 4
Jitendra
wicket
also,
as well.
yeah, he took 4 wickets. And so, Jitendra had 21 out of 32 and Vineet had 17 out of 21. But, I'm not sure. Rangers lost, despite those 3 amigos performing, Jitendra, Vineet and Siddharth performing, still they were not able to overhaul the Viking score. And that's what
So
surprises me.
at one
But if
point,
you ask me, one second, Gababai, if you ask me, when I look at it, the scorecard, the difference between Vikings and Rangers boils down to 4 extras. The 4 extras which Rangers conceded, that was the difference in the game. Otherwise, it's a tight ball game. 22 extras versus 18 extras. And that was the deciding factor of the win also. So I don't know. The Rangers probably have to look and say, why are we losing these close games? Especially with the kind of experience that they have, there is no reason why they should be losing those kind of close games. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a point there that Vikings actually stole this game from their hands. At one point, MI Ranger was 75 while chasing 90 just with 4 wicket in 16th over. So they had 9 overs to get another 15 run with 6 wicket in hand, and they lost the game by 4 runs.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I
So
mean that's an unfortunate loss, I would say.
yeah, the lower
But
middle order completely collapsed for them. Again, as you were mentioning, because even I could not recognize most of those lower order people, it's just because few people are down the line, down the order, they were very new to the DCL and then they could not stand.
okay. But anyway, I think that covers the Division 2 games, and I think we can now start with the Division 1 games, which we cover all Division 1 games. We only cover the close Division 2 games, and yeah, we just go through quickly, run through the scorecard. But let's look through this Division 1 games, and we'll start with, and I'm going to let you drive this because I just got back last night, Gababai. So I
Mhm.
really didn't have a chance to look through a lot of things. But let's start with Red Devils versus KRCC. You have the floor, Gababai.
Yes, so this particular game, it was quite a low scoring. I think this game has happened in the CP1, which is a Southfield Center ground, which is actually a batting ground. We played one game there, and it is quite a good batting wicket, I would say, at least the day we played it. And Red Devil also, at least in this particular game, they had a solid batting lineup. The Navpreet is coming to the 6-7 down. That means they have an extremely solid batting lineup over there. But still, they could only manage to get that 65 runs. Uh, from the bowling side, I think Sipal Rana has recently started bowling for the DCL, and he picked up the 4 wicket and very economical with just 9 run given. And then Tamimoni also showing his class with 3 wicket picking up with the 9 run. So I think nothing much to talk about the bowling except the Ranveer Singh who hold the Red Devils flag for most of the time in the batting side and somewhat supported by Sai Karodi down the line. After that, no support uh, toward the end for them. While chasing KRCC has no business to lose this particular game when they were having 65 down, 66 to chase, and then when Heyman Bharadwaj, who actually eventually led this particular game, scored 27 run, and that 27 run was very quick also. If you see right, I think lately he's slowed down a little bit, but when I was checking, he was scoring with more 120 strike rate or something. But no one else supported him except Harman Brar, who came little middle order and then he scored 12 run. And after that, all were 0-0-0-1 likewise. I think if I count it correctly, I think there are more than 5 zeros over here in the middle order. Even in the same as you were talking about MI Ranger, right? At one point, they were also chasing very comfortably when they were having just 4 wicket down in 50 odd run. And after that, Raja, Vihar, Sashank and Harman and all these people just got out in like 5 wickets, got out in just 5 runs. So KRCC yet again could not chase. This is I think third time where they were in the game, but they failed toward the end to chase down total and 65 run, fairly a good batting wicket. This should be a cakewalk for the KRCC, and I think they must be disappointed losing this particular game after even one first time. I would say KRCC did amazing job restricting them into the 65, which I consider Red Devils very good batting side and getting could not be able to chase that 66 run. Vijay, what do you think?
Oh, I wanted to ask you a question. Does KRCC have a problem against quality spin? Because when I look at this game, I see that Ranveer has picked 6 wickets and Gagan has picked 2 wickets. That means 8 wickets fell to spin. You get my point? And that's
Mhm.
where I'm asking, is the key to beating KRCC having a good spin attack where their batsmen do not know what to do with against the quality spinner? I'm not talking any spinner, a quality spinner. And both Gagan and both Gagan and Ranveer are good spinners.
Based on this particular game, you can say that. But even if you see overall, right, as you were mentioning earlier as well, somehow spinners from every team is picking a lot of wickets. Even Siupal Rana is the spinner who picked up the 4 wicket, right, for KRCC. So somehow all the spinners are picking a lot of wickets in the DCL, specifically with this ball.
So has the ball changed that much? I mean, what's happening here? I mean,
So I
is that seem to be the problem where the ball has changed and it's not going wherein all these spinners are picking, and even the slow bowlers. Omkar Atre picked another 5 wickets. I think
5 wickets,
he's
yeah.
giving your man Ronnie Patel a run for his money. And
Right.
I mean, I won't be surprised if at this rate Atre overtakes Ronnie. I mean,
Mhm.
those two guys are, I think, lights ahead of other people. But again, if you look at the top bowling wicket takers, you have you know, the gentle line and lengths, slow bowlers like whether it is our friend Bignesh, he's got a little more praise than these two guys, but nevertheless, he's right there, puts it right in the right spots. They're all picking up bunches of wickets. I don't see the Tamimonis and the super fast express bowlers. I mean, I think Vijay Shanmugam, did he bring some express fast bowlers and who couldn't get the job done? I mean,
Yep.
so it seems to be quality spinners are getting the job done.
So regarding the ball, right, DCL is using the same code of the ball which we used last year. But right, there are a lot of other leagues happen with the softball here around Michigan, right, Detroit region. So all other are using the balls with a different code which travels more than what we are using it. That is where you see.
When you say different code, what do you mean by that?
So like we use 1228. Everybody use 1228. Right? From the time you
Yeah,
were here,
but
we are
there
using
is a
122.
three-digit code there,
Yeah.
right? I
So we
mean,
are we in DCL using China Y80. But
okay,
all other leagues, even DCL in the T90, we are using Cambodia, I believe, with some DT or something, some other code. And
okay.
even other softball league that we have around here also uses a different code which travels more than the China Y80. That is where you'd
Uh,
see less number of runs being scored here, and less number of those sixes, big sixes or sixes around in DCL compared to other league.
Yeah, because this year, if you really look at it, especially in Division One, the scores have been very, very low. I mean, it reminds me of the good old 1-2-1-7 days where 55, 60 runs was enough to defend. Maybe 55 is not enough, but this is more like with this ball, it's more like 70, 75 is kind of posing a challenging total kind of a thing. You're not seeing the attacking stroke play from many other teams.
So another reason for that is bowler quality has been also increased right now because it's the Division One. Most of the team has 5 quality bowlers where you are very hard to score sometimes. Earlier, what used to happen, we get some or one or two bowlers where you can target and try to get more scores. Maybe
Agreed, but
that also contributes.
even then, with this kind of a Red Devil batting and KRCC batting and things like that, you would expect more than this amount of runs to be scored, right?
Exactly. Yep.
So, so
And
clearly,
both the side. I would not say that they have very deadly type of bowler, except like as you mentioned, Tamimoni, who could bowl on such a pace. Uh, that's what it is. But both the side was heavy batting loaded, I would say.
so let me ask you another question. I'll put you on the spot.
Hmm.
Vihar Maidya moved from Titans to KRCC. Vihar Vaidya has done squat. He has done absolutely nothing this year, as far as I'm concerned. 6 overs, he has given 36 runs. He has picked 0 wickets. He is the only spinner that I know who has picked nothing. He picked up zilch. In batting, he has batted for 5 innings and scored 24 runs, out of which one inning he scored 20. So that means in 4 innings, he has scored 4 runs. I think at this point, Yogi Bhai is scratching his head. Why in the world did I go out and get Vihar Vaidya? And why did I fall into this trap? Because Vihar Vaidya has done nothing. Meanwhile, Titans are sitting on the top of the pool. And here is KRCC holding on to sixth spot, you see. So let me ask you this. Are you doing a break dance on your head in your basement? Or what has happened? I mean, I'm just curious. I mean, They say revenge is a dish best served cold. This is cold servings here.
No,
So
I don't know how.
I'm asking,
No, I don't know
I
how
don't
do
know
you
how
how
to
do you read
answer
this?
this question. You don't know how to answer this question.
No, no, I do, I do. I will not skip any
Okay.
question though. First of all, I don't know how do you read this way because me and KRCC, like Detroit Titans and KRCC on the same pool. So eventually we'll play one league game, right? Down the line. So at that time, whatever happens, we can even talk about this. At this point, we did not even play them. We are playing with opponent team. They are playing with opponent team. So I do not see that one-to-one mapping at least at this point, I would say. And coming back to the VR,
I was just basing it on performance after 5 games or
so
six
I am
games.
happy
You see.
about my team performance, right? That would I would say. If you say I am dancing on my head, probably I am because I am very happy with my team performance. If other team
Okay.
is doing good or not, that is their part of problem, right? Not my part of the problem. So why would I be worried about it? When I'll play with the KRCC, I'll worry about their team and see what best strategy that I can put around with their team to win the game for my team.
Okay.
Again, coming
Well,
back to Mhm.
on this show we like to poke,
Yeah, yeah,
poke
I
people,
got it.
poke people
I
here
have no
and
issue
there.
with that.
We like to make things a little interesting, a little spicy. What's the big deal in just reading the scorecard? Who cares about just reading the scorecard? Any Tom, Dick, and Harry can read the scorecard.
Yeah, that's right. So that's what my explanation is that at this point, I'm not even worried about what KRCC is doing or what Glass is
Okay.
doing. I'm only worried about what Titans will do, what have done so far and what we'll do in the next game. And when we'll play with KRCC, we'll come and see what we can do on that day.
So, are you taking KRCC down? That's my question. Will KRCC go down? I mean, you're the kind of bowlers who seem to be causing enough now of trouble for teams which have attacking stroke makers. They are
No,
not able
at
to
this
get the
point, the
job done.
quality cricket that we are playing, I think we can beat any team at this point of the time. So
Okay, let me
I
ask
hope.
you a different question. You have beaten Stars and Glads, all right, in the same week, I think. At
Yeah.
least for that, did you have a special round of drinks for everybody and do a break dance on your head on that one at least? I mean, that's a fair
Yeah, we
question.
did celebrate a bit.
Okay,
Generally, we
what was
do.
the celebrate? What did the celebration
No,
involve? Let me ask you
it,
that. I
no,
was,
most of the. I'll tell you.
I was
I'll tell you.
missing. Let me tell you
Most.
something, Gababai. If I had to miss one week, that was the week to miss.
I missed you with your comment for Satya and the team actually, but nevertheless,
Oh, you
no.
know what?
Generally, our,
They must be quite happy. You won't believe this. My friend Mansab told me to call him, and I called him last night, or I don't know, maybe 12 hours. This is a guy who watches everything on the show, and he was not happy. He was not happy. He asked me to go and watch the show. I didn't get a chance to watch the show. I told him that. I said I'll go and watch it. He told watch the show before this show because he said people were roasting Glads left and right. And I said, is that so? He said, yeah, you were missing and they were roasting Glads left and right. And, that's not fair. But look at the competitiveness of that guy. He's sitting there and his blood is boiling. The Glads got roasted that much. But that's why I
no,
like to go to battle
but
with him
but
because
believe me,
he's a fantastic guy to have.
you go and watch the show. I believe me, we did not do any roasting to the Glad. If you would have been done, it would be 10 times more. I believe you would have roasted Glad more than
I,
10 times more than what we
I,
did.
to think of it, if I was there on the show, I think Satya might have committed suicide. you know, who knows? But yeah, I mean, anyway, but it is what it is. I think we should move on. We had enough fun. Pokeries versus Legends. Now, that is Pokeries' second loss in a row, is it?
Yeah.
Once again, low scoring game, very low scoring game. But competitive game, even though I think Legends got the bonus also on this one, if I'm not mistaken. Go ahead, Gababaya. You're the in-house expert. You've been following these games much more than me.
So again, I think this one another low scoring game. Poker is with actually a very good batting side, I would say, scoring 50 runs. I could not digest that score if you ask me. Like only one person, Sankar, was in a double digit, and then remaining all were like a phone number that we called here. But one thing that you have to again appreciate Legend for, just 4 extras in 20 overs.
That's
Not
amazing, right? With the number of lefties that which Pokhris have, that is a phenomenal effort.
22 over 4 extras is something amazing actually. Nothing lower can go, I believe, more than 4 extras, right? Uh,
Yeah.
Another thing we talked about in the last game, which you made, last show, which you made, like the Pokris was not using Satish Mani well, but at this game they actually got him opening. Somehow it should have worked for them, but I don't think.
So are you guys claiming credit for that Satish
No, no,
Mani
we are not.
promotion? No, you're
No, no,
not
we are not.
claiming it.
But
Okay.
we
I
did,
mean,
we did talk about it. Satish Mani in the previous game, came around 6, 7, 8 down, I believe. And Avi
okay.
was also on the show, and then we talked about it because Satish has such kind of potential where he could be easily a top four batsman for Pokris, and ideally they should have used that way. And in this game, they have promoted.
So you guys were saying that he should be promoted up the order.
Yes, and it did
But
happen.
here is my question. He has been producing nothing. So how do you justify that? I mean, we all agree that the guy has talent, but when he's not producing, how do you justify it? I mean,
So this,
you can't move Vignesh down. You can't move who is the Saran down. Arun Tirankaran, I think this year he has not produced, but last year up to this year he has been a phenomenal performer. So somebody has to get moved down, right? I mean, I'm not sure if, and Raghu has been consistently performing in the past. Plus, he's a left-hander, so you're getting the same thing. But I would say Raghu is more steady. Satish has more attacking shots, but Raghu is much more
right.
steady, right? Especially somebody you need steady up the order.
Though the thought was, I think the way now the new rule, everything goes out is to run is helping the lefty. So the thought was when we were discussing that if they will use it and he is quick run, getting the quick run, he may use that opportunity more than any other batsman. But again, it is up to them how they get on their batting order. But I just wanted to highlight because something that we discussed last time, and it's something that we see on the reflection in the scorecard. From the bowling side, if you see, right, legend Praveen picked up the 4 wicket, and Chaitanya again picked up the 2 wicket. I think Chaitanya is also doing amazing with this bowling. While chasing legends, again, I do not see that legend should have struggled with 8 wickets down, scoring just 50 runs. Again, I see that is a collapse, and ideally it should have been more comfortable victory for the legend. Ravi Teja and Chaitanya probably only scored those 12 and 13 runs at the top order. The main person who has won the game to legend was Guru Naga, scoring those 12 runs in 12 ball with 1 6. Okay, this is what I see. Guru Naga has scored those crucial 12 runs to get the legend
Should
victory.
let me ask you the question: should Guru Naga have be awarded the man of the match? I don't know who was awarded the man of the
Really
match, but
not
I would
because
have probably awarded. I would have probably
I
awarded man of the match to Guru Naga for that 12 runs because that came at a very crucial juncture, and probably I don't
Praveen,
know how many wickets he picked here.
I think he did not pick a wicket. Praveen has been awarded as a man of the match, but he deserves also because getting poker is restricted with 50 runs. Bowler has done their job. It's just if batsman has not done the job, you cannot take the credit from the bowler, right? That
I
uh,
agree, but the thing is that all the bowlers are dominating DCL this year. We have gone to the good old days. The very difficult to find too many runs being scored by batsmen these days.
yep.
So when
Another performance that I
somebody's
want to
coming,
highlight from Manoj Prabhakar. I think we were talking about this from quite often now in the poker. I think he has been added to the poker last year, and he picked up the 5 wicket and the first 4 wicket. The basically initial collapse for the legend is goes to the Manoj Prabhakar. The first 4 wicket goes to him. And if you see right, caught and bold and bold. I believe this caught and bold is wrong. Somebody was lazy to add the fielder's name probably. I don't know. But yeah, first 4 wicket goes to Manoj Prabhakar.
but you remember there was a game we saw where Parthiv Mehta was some strikers batsman was caught by Parthiv Mehta. I think the only more bizarre thing would have been Parthiv Mehta batting and caught by Parthiv Mehta. But it was a striker batsman. Remember, Vamsi sent the
Yeah,
this
yeah.
thing and asked how could that be that a striker batsman was caught by Parthiv Mehta. Should have
I
been,
did
of
not
course,
dig
he
into
escaped.
it. Maybe other opponent also had some Parthiv. It was not the case.
Come
I
on.
don't.
There is only one Parthiv. There is only one Parthiv. He's the gold standard. There's no other Parthiv M. There could be a Parthiv Patel. There could be a Parthiv, I don't know, whoever else, but M, oh my goodness. There's only one Parthiv M. But looks like we lost Gababai. All right, we'll go to the next game. Oh, you're back. We're ready to go to the next game. Shall we go to Miles versus Stars?
Yes,
This
let's
was
go.
another bowling clinic, another very low scoring game.
I
Once again,
umpired
the
this
ball
game.
dominating the bat.
I umpired this game.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
you had the best seat in the house. Go ahead, Gababai.
it was actually complete collapse for MCC Miles. 36 for 10, and I think 6 or 7 zeros in the batting order, except Deepak and Aditya. I would say nobody was even tried to do something. It was. I would say there are few wickets were exceptional from Deepak and Arun. I remember one bowl from Deepak and one bowl from Arun was exceptional with the exceptional ball. But rest, everybody was throwing the wicket. I don't know when they were down. Sometimes I feel they were not serious into the batting itself. Like when the team needed you, when the middle order 4 5 wickets are already down, which Deepak and Aditya did. They when they were batting, they actually batted with some caution that okay they need to hold the inning. And Arun got out Deepak got out with a very good ball from Arun. It was the very first ball for his bowling spell, and then it was amazing ball. And after that, I believe everybody was coming and was. I'm not trying. What they're trying to do, I don't know. They were just sometimes they are missing the line, and sometimes they're playing on the air. So it was actually completely disaster from MCC Miles while batting. Deepak picked up the 4 wicket and Arun was picked up the 4 wicket. I think those two were amazing. As I mentioned, right, there were a couple of ball was unplayable and they got the wicket on those balls. While
Yeah, but
chasing,
look at these figures, for Deepak Giriyappa, 4 overs, 3 runs and 4 wickets, and Arun is 3.3 overs, 5 runs and 4 wickets. I mean, that's insane figures.
Deepak Viriyappa 3 maiden out of those 4 overs.
Yeah, I know. So he basically only gave 3 runs in 1 over. The rest of the 3 overs are maiden. So it's like the Deepak of old kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So this is why I think Stars are the odds-on favorite. I know that they lost to Titans, but this is why some of the pundits still consider them to be the odds-on favorite to win
Yeah.
DCL because looks like it's a bowler's game this year.
Yeah, that's right. I think when Star was chasing, I think they had very easy target to achieve, and Amar was also there, so he scored 80% of the run and got the game done for Stars easily. Nothing
Well, the
much to
next
talk
game
about in
is,
this game.
yeah, next game is FCC versus Indas. FCC, correct me if I'm wrong, is their season already done? Done? Most likely they're getting relegated to Division 2. But the interesting thing about Indus I saw is that they had 5 bowlers. All of them had almost identical figures. 5 bowlers took 2 wickets apiece. All of them gave, I don't know, 4 runs, 5 runs, or something like that. It was some outstanding performance with the ball, but it was evenly divided. And Maulik then took a lighting to Teju. And the next thing you know, Indus romped home. I mean, it was the Maulik Patel batting display and then a bowling display from the Indus bowlers
Yep.
got the job done. What else did you see in that game, FCC versus Indus?
Nothing much. I only see FCC has won one game, that too against us. So, and they are sitting on the bottom two now.
Okay.
We can move out of this game.
All right. I believe the next game is Bulls versus Hitman, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's the Bull versus
Bulls,
Head.
Bulls versus Hitman.
Again, as we were talking about Bulls, Omkar Atre and Tanmay.
Yes,
This
it's a
this
two-man show.
two-man show. You see the Tanmay inning when he went opening and he was not out in 24.5 overs. Everybody got out. and he stood there for 25 over almost, just one ball remaining, right? I think 24.5. Yes, 24.5. Scoring
Gaba,
with.
Gabaji, Gabaji, I saw him bat against us and I became a fan. He's a hell of a player, if you ask me. He's an orange cap contender. I think he's probably behind Pradeep Butta at this point. But
Mhm.
by the time the season ends, I would be very surprised if he is not in the number one spot because he's a hell of a player. He's batting very sensibly. And if this ball is not traveling as much, then he should be. Um, Again, I feel he should have been the man of the match in this low-scoring game. I know Omkara picked 5 wickets, but at this point, Gaba Bhai, I feel that you have to discount some of the figures of the bowlers. You have to give more credit to the batsmen because all of a sudden, 20 is more like a 50 and 50 is more like 100 kind of a thing. So uh, runs up getting hard to come by. I'm just basing this on the stats. I'm not, I mean, I do think that the ball has been some cases keeping low and things like that, but I'm not sure what's going on. A lot of these uh, bowlers are picking up a lot of wickets, especially when somebody bats for 25 overs or 24.5 overs, which is as good as 25 overs. I feel that he probably deserved the man of the match. I mean, if it were
Yeah,
me, I probably would give him the man of the match because if he doesn't stand 25 overs, these guys are not even hitting 65. These guys are probably going to be bundled for 30 or 35. What does a man of the match do? He swings the game in your favor, right? So that's exactly what Tanmay did. Sure, the others can come and it's a bowling friendly track and bowling friendly ball. Well, you're going to get the wickets. So uh, I think you have to. I think the league itself has to discount bowlers' performances because uh,
yeah. I
lots of
agree.
bowlers are picking
I agree
wickets.
on that. I think specifically on this particular performance, without that Tanmay's inning, Bull wouldn't have won this game.
Yeah, so that's why I would give him the man of the
Yep,
match. But
I agree
he's
on
a
that.
he's a fantastic player, technically correct, and I think Bulls got uh, an absolute gem of a player.
And another thing about the Hitman, right?
Yeah,
They Hitman is very tough to judge on. They will score 136 or 36 on any given day. So I'm actually very surprised and very whenever Hitman's games are coming, it's very tough for me to predict. They have a
that is true
potential
because
and they have.
we played them right again. I think that. We won the game, but we had no business winning the game, is what I felt in that game too. I mean, in the sense, of course, I mean, I think that game we controlled for the most part, but still, I didn't walk away saying that we dominated the game or anything like that. I mean, I just felt that they are a tough outing for any team. They have some good bowlers, but you do not know when those bowlers will come and strike, and I think also a little bit of availability issues because we are talking about the real talent is on that Bangladeshi players which they have. So there are quite a few of them, and
So
some of them there's the one down batsman. He plays IPL type shots, some. So
mhm.
there's some serious skill there. Iman Kabir has been having a fabulous season. There's um there's
With the
another
ball,
Abdul Malik. Abdul Malik played this game, I think. Didn't he play this game? He's a very good bowler. I mean, he has played for Blacks
he
in the past,
played.
so I know
Syed
that.
Aplu played. Imon, I think it's a full-fledged Hitman team. Only if
Yeah.
you ask me, right, only thing that I see Hitman is lagging on maybe the DCL experience. Probably if they try to get some couple of player who has more experience, probably they will consolidate the team and come up with some strategy probably because they have a talent. They have a much better talent than couple of more teams, but they are not able to win or convert this kind of games.
So this is where I mean, Philip Thomas is my friend, so I always try to look out for some of my friends, but I don't know. I think this year Philip Thomas made a mistake. He's playing with Hitman, but he's probably not going to get the chances on the Hitman like how he probably used to get on other teams because Hitman has a lot of talent. So In the past, generally, Philip Thomas has been able to bowl 5 overs. I've seen some beauties which he has bowled and taken wickets. But when you bowl only 1 over, you're not going to do lot of this thing. You end up just sitting and watching. And I always want him to go and play wherever he can play most, because you're in the later years of your playing career. So at this point, you might as well play as much as you can and get going. But again, yeah, I mean, 65, you would have thought that Hitman might chase it down. But again, with the kind of talent which they have. But yeah, it's just an underwhelming performance, I would say. Let's move on to the next game, Fighters versus GLCC.
Yeah. Again, I think I picked up Fighters and somehow they disappointed with their batting performance. Last game only they scored 120 plus runs against Canton. So, and they were riding on high on the win. I think they were winning string. This is the first game I think they lost, if I'm not wrong. So, but I think they had a complete collapse with their batting. Nobody, I think, other than Sainath, nobody was in double digit. And kudos to again GLCC bowling. However, they bowled just 13 over, but they only bowled 4 extras. So they were not getting any other support from the extras as well. And from the bowling side also, everybody has picked up the wickets. Hitesh and Kaushik and Hemant. So it was a collapse, I would say. And then GLCC, whenever GLCC batsmen see such kind of a score, they just want to go home early. So same thing happened here. Hemant Kumar came and then scored 30 runs and in 17 ball, 2 6s, 2 4, and then they went home maybe before everybody even started playing cricket or started getting into the team game. They were already done with their game. Completely one-sided game. I did not expect this particular result, or at least this kind of one-sided game. Vijay.
Have you tasted cola without fizz? Huh? I'll tell you why. Because against GLCC, Fighters reminded me of cola without fizz, because the Fighters had no fight in them. That's why I said cola without fizz. Fighters had no fight in them. Because have you heard the name Ali Bumaya?
No, what is that?
No, Ali Bumaya, you don't know?
No.
That means in the Lingala language, Ali kill him. It happened in 1974. Muhammad Ali was fighting against George Foreman in the Congolese jungle. And the entire Congolese nation was saying Ali Bumaya, which essentially in the Lingala language means Ali, kill him. All right. And sure enough, Ali killed Foreman when they met. And that's what it was, because in this game, it was GLCC Bumaya. Okay, Ali Bumaya, GLCC Bumaya. All I can say is this game was so one-sided that even Murli got to bat. Murli went 2 down. Murli is consistently going either opening or 2 down. Let me tell you one thing about KK. If you have a brother, you need a brother like KK, baby. He is such a loyal brother. That's all I can say. All I can say is if you have a brother, you better have a brother like KK. A faithful brother. He made sure, who cares whether Parthiv got a heart attack? It doesn't matter. KK, Murli got to bat. Now, KK, Parthiv will say that the wrong KK went to bat, but, I think both are Murli Kanangattis, right? So, yeah, but the Vamsi Kanangati didn't get to bat. So, but that's about the only thing which I can think. Otherwise, the game probably get over in 2 overs, probably. They batted, what, 4 overs?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think this is a solid win for GLCC. Once again, boosted the NRR and everything.
Yep, that's right.
They have everything. They have everything going their way right now, and against a quality opponent. So, I don't know. Fighters will have to forget this game.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
let's move on to the next game. Hawks versus Strikers.
Wow, that was a game actually, the game of the week, I would say. Where Hawks?
I was very happy to see my man, Vikram Reddy Golamari, BRG. He had a good game. I see that.
Yep. Yeah, so I think there's a 100 run on the board is always give the enough confidence for the bowlers. Whenever you have something to defend in the three digit, your bowler goes in the field with very confident. I think that would happen in the Hawks also, because Hawks has a good bowling side as well. They did not had a good start, I would say, when they lost those 4 wickets quickly. But Vikram and Yashwant, they have put up a great partnership along with Naresh coming towards the end and supporting uh, from his bat, adding those 10 runs. And at the end of the 25 overs, they were able to manage with 100 runs without getting all out. So they were happy with those performance, I would say. Because the last game they got all out in just 50 odd runs. So with that 100 run, they might have a good performance, good confidence. When Striker started, I think Striker also came with too much confidence, where Vinayak, Parag, and Sujoy, the first 4 wickets only they put up 10, 29, and 13 runs. So they put a solid foundation for the chase, and then our Parthiv Mehta came into the bat and scored those 11 important runs in the 13 balls. I think that also very crucial 11 runs. He got run out, like unfortunately. I heard that Parthiv got injured into this game. I think he ran over with two bowler or fielder and he got injured. I could not get much of the detail on the injury, but yeah, he got injured on this particular game. And then Manish uh, scoring those 7 runs and then closing the game in his style. However, it went all
I
the way to the close. It actually went to the close game. I did check it. Let me go through. The last over, they needed a 6 run in the last over with 2, 3 wickets in hand. So it could be anyone's game, but I think that Manish has scored those boundary and those 5 runs in the last over, which won the striker game. Viju bhai.
Yeah, I mean, against the striker bowling, I think 100 was a very good score because we ourselves managed to score only, 70 odd runs. But then, we are getting boom-eyed by every other team out there. So we are not a good standard to go on. But I would say Parag Purohit is putting on a show. I think this is not the first game he's batting. He's played some other games also, which I said that he has been batting well. So technically correct batsman. So once again, I think all the technically correct batsmen are enjoying a season of resurgence.
Mhm.
The man who's in the emergency, Parthiv Mehta, I went and just before the show, I wanted to see how he got run out. So I saw that there was a video there next to the
Okay.
scorecard. So I actually went and saw it. Well, that is, if you ask me, that is Parthiv's fault, all right? He called for the run, non-existent run. And when I saw him running, I felt if there is a running race between Parthiv Mehta and me, I am not so sure if Parthiv Mehta is beating me. Let me tell you that. Okay. It might be close. That's what I'm trying to say. In other words, what I'm trying to say is Parthiv Mehta was running like a dodo in that run out. All right. So, not, it didn't look promising, but the way he was batting, I was very impressed. He's batting the right way. He's batting like the Parthiv of old. All right. And I think recently he has lost some weight and things like that. So that's also helping matters. So I think Parthiv looked good with the bat. Not so much running between the wickets, I must say. But having said that, I think once again a solid win for strikers. So we move on from that game. And I think what's left? FCC versus GLCC? Is that the only game
Yep.
remaining?
Yes.
If that's the only game remaining, I think this is the first time we have probably done it in an hour.
Yeah.
I, I think I need to fire Parthiv Mehta from the host of the show. All right, let's go on. FCC versus GLCC. This was a Teju
Teju show.
performance.
Yeah.
Teju show.
FCC, yeah, 47 runs from the Teju only got them 97. Otherwise, as we were seeing their score, right, they were not even close to this kind of run. I think Teju got out in 0 in the previous game that we covered. And I think this was a rain out game rescheduled on Sunday. So I would say still they would have got more runs, I would say, in the 97, because I was following their fall off wicket and runs. They had wicket in hand, but they they never started to score and escalate the inning. But again, 97 also is a good total, and that proved when they went on onto the field while defending 97, because GLCC struggled to chase those 97. They lost 9 wickets to chase down
Yeah.
98.
I mean, this could have been an FCC win again.
Yeah,
If the FCC had won this, they would have beaten two quality opponents, Titans and GLCC, and this could have gone either way. So I think it's the experience of GLCC which saw them over the hump. But I also think
I would say it is experience of Samish Bhai and KK also, because they in the last wicket they needed 9 runs to win, and you know the DCL, right? Scoring 9 runs in the last wicket is never easy.
yeah.
But KK again coming 8 down and Samish Bhai coming 9 down might have helped them, in this particular game. And based
Yes,
on what I see, 2 and 4, 6, basically 3, 4 extras would have also been there toward the end. I could check that on the ball over by over, but that's what it looks like.
but I'm glad that at least Soumit Nimma got the man of the match for this, and we didn't give it to Prabhu Mahadevaya because I really think Soumit Nimma won them the game this time around.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
but you
Because
know what, FCC, I'll tell you where FCC lost the game. When
Mhm.
you give what is that, 23 extras, and four of your bowlers give 22 of those extras, and those bowlers are Amit Gowda, Karthik, what is that, Manju and Teju. I don't know. I mean, it makes it very, very difficult to this thing, and all of them gave six extras or something like that
Right.
to make it 23 extras. Those four guys were the prime culprits. And 23 runs in a 98-run game, that's a lot of runs to give, as extras.
I
Mainly
agree.
wides, it's
Especially,
like
I'm
nobody's.
surprised with Teju, because the kind of bowler Teju has, he does not put a pace on it. He just put things on the line and length, right? Him bowling 5 wides is too much, I would say. But again, he picked up the
Yeah.
4 wicket, and I think he had a dream game, scoring those 47 runs and then picking up the 4 wickets. I wish he would have won the game.
Do you think that these guys played with extra motivation to
Yeah,
show
to
KK to
show
show
KK.
show KK a point or two or maybe 10 points? I don't know. But yeah, outstanding game from Teju. But ultimately, GLCC got the job done. So I think that kind of brings an end to the games which we had to cover. This is probably a DCL Primetime record that we have finished all the games in such short order.
Yeah,
But let's move on to the next thing which we have. I mean, where's our friend Satya Velayutham? We need to see their what's that, predictions and things like that, right?
yeah.
Or has he disappeared? I
He
don't think.
might have not
He
expected that
might he
we'll be
might
leaving
he
so
might
early.
he might have never thought that this show will get over in 1 hour's time. So um, I think that's probably why he's not there.
Yeah,
But
he thought of checking on us
can
on
you
9:30 probably.
can you text in our group or something like that and ask him to show up
Yeah,
so that we can see his this thing, because really speaking, we need to move on to the next thing. So it's like I thought this time we had done a pretty good job. So but hmm. Do you have it on your this thing? Do you have
I
the
do not have visibility of our analyst, but the website I have it, where we
at
have.
least yeah, at least share the website and then we'll see. We'll go from there.
I'm
Hopefully.
not sure if I will be able to share also. Let me see.
Why?
I need to be host. I think. No, I'm able.
No, no, no. No, no, I think you can share because Parthiv used to share. I mean, in the past. There you
Can
go.
you see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Well, at least we can see what the general public is.
Yeah. So I see total for 17 mode has been done so far for the prediction, and let's start with the first game. Detroit Titans versus Hawks. So looks like we are heavy favorite at this point. Second game was MCC Miles versus Dynamite. Dynamite is again not giving enough love. I think they are yet to get their first win also. So let's see.
Are you guys playing Hawks or are we playing how? Oh, okay, this week, right? So this week
Yeah,
you
this
guys are
week we are
playing Hawks.
playing Hawks.
I think next week we are playing Hawks.
So Dynamite yet to get a win, and MCC Miles has not a great outing this weekend. So it might be an interesting game if Dynamite put those new so-called high-profile players. Let's see how it goes.
So Canton Hurricanes and Dynamites are the only two teams yet to win a game.
Yes,
Everybody else has won at least one game in Division 1.
I think so. Yes,
Okay.
I can check that quickly for you.
Yeah, but
Yes,
Hurricanes
that's
have played only
that's
four.
right.
But both Hurricanes and Dynamites have played only 4 games. So
Yeah, and both has
at
no
least that.
point also. That also surprising. They could not even manage to get a bonus point also. Both are sitting on 0 points.
So what's this I hear? I went for a trip and came back and I see that Vijay Shanmugam quit and all kinds of things has happened while I was gone.
Yeah, I'm
You,
not sure.
I heard you guys were bullying him so much that he had enough of you guys.
No, it's not me though.
I don't know, but he blames all of you guys because all of you guys gang up together, and one guy, pulls one end, and the other guy pulls the other end, and the next thing I know, poor guy has quit.
Yeah, I think
But I
I think
expected
what
more fight from.
we just discussed that, right? I think last time you were there, right? When we discussed when he got those 2 3 player and still could not manage to win. You were there on that day show, right? So whatever we discussed that day,
No,
what
did that happen last week? I was not there. I mean, the
you were
previous show,
there.
I was not there.
No,
Was it?
not
I
this week.
mean,
We did not cover any of this game, right? This week for Dynamite. Dynamite had a umpiring, I
no,
believe.
I mean, I think they played that weekend, and then I was gone. But I think before I went, I heard that this thing. But I was
Okay,
I don't think I was
maybe
there
you're
on the
right. Yeah,
show as a. I
yeah,
don't think I was on the show. Otherwise, I'll remember that.
yeah. Maybe you're right. Yeah, I don't know. We can talk to him. Not a big thing. Another game, Pokris versus Raptor, 76 versus 23.
Yeah.
So not surprised with that. Even though Pokris could not manage to win their last game, Pokris seems to
Okay.
be a favorite on that particular game. Red Devils
Red
versus
Devil.
Striker, 64
Okay.
35. I think this 35% just because the way Striker is playing the cricket at the moment, I think.
Actually, Strikers is playing a pretty good brand of cricket, and actually they're playing much better than last year. I can assure you that, and they have
Yeah.
also better talent than last year.
Mhm. Yeah, and Red Devil also has to keep their winning streak going, I
Okay.
believe, because they have to have those wins. Next is Stars versus Legends, 76 versus 23. Let's see how it goes on this particular
Wow,
game.
GLCC has 100% of the vote.
Which team they are playing?
I have no idea who they are playing, but whoever they
Like,
are playing, they've got 100% of the vote. That itself is impressive.
yeah.
I'm sure that 100% of the vote includes my vote. So, when I looked at it,
Well,
I don't
everyone
I
voted.
don't remember I don't remember who they were playing, but whoever they were playing, I voted for them. That's about all I can say. So,
They are playing against Canton.
see, Canton Hurricanes is having a tough time, I think. I think loss of talent, maybe those two Punjab teams forming did not help Canton Hurricanes. That's what I'm guessing. And
Mhm.
also their problem is I don't know where Mohammad Ramzi is. I haven't seen him there. And
He did play
I think,
last game, I believe.
oh, he did play last game?
He missed couple of the game, but he is
Okay.
playing. game
Did
for
he
them.
play? Did he play the last week's game? I mean, I'm not sure.
I
I
think I
mean,
did see him on the scorecard.
okay, yeah.
Next is
Normally
the,
he does something, and then the bad form of the skipper itself is not helping.
yeah.
So he's having a tough time getting runs and getting wickets. So uh, after an admirable performance last season, I think this season has been a dud so far for them.
In the GLCC game, we did not talk about KK's batting order again.
Oh
He
well,
told that
no,
he
no,
will.
he's
He
he's
told that he'll
number
be
10
going up.
fix. No, what he said a KK is going to go up. A KK did go up. It's just not the KK you and I think should go up. I think if you, me, or Parthiv is the skipper, I think KK is probably where Murli is batting, and Murli is going to bat where KK is batting. That's just my. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gaba. I mean, just because I say it doesn't mean that I become the bad guy, but I'm just calling it as I see it.
I
If
have
I'm the
not seen
skipper,
Murli a lot, but KK definitely deserve to bat upper in the order.
yeah,
So
KK
I
should be
would say that.
batting when.
Don't compare because I have not seen much of Murli. So, but
No,
I have
I
seen.
mean, again, I think Murli is a technically correct batsman, much more technically correct batsman than KK. But in T-ball, KK has a certain ability which very few people in the league have. So he gets going, it can be a nightmare. I mean, how many people can hit Gagan Singh out of the park? Not
Yeah.
once, but I think twice or thrice or something like that. So, and destroy him completely. So, not too many people that I know that can do that. Bulls
Another game
versus
was,
Indas, the Bulls are not getting love. That's
yeah,
that's not that's not good. That's really not
I
good.
think,
Who
I
know
think,
who knows? I think I also pick Bull Thunders, so I shouldn't say anything. I shouldn't say anything. But I like the Bulls team. I like Tanmay Zante's batting. If there is an upset here, I won't be shocked.
yeah.
Let me put it that way.
But at the same time, the kind of talent that Indas has on their roster, right? If they put up a team best of their playing 12, it's very tough. So we have to go with that assumption that they're gonna get their best 12.
Yeah. I'm surprised with this FCC Agni versus Spartan that Spartans got that much vote
Yeah.
because I
Because
mean
maybe
they
because
haven't.
it's not because of the Spartans' good performance, maybe because of the FCC Agni did not perform in the last couple of
Yeah,
games.
but hasn't Agni at least won a game? Has Spartans won a game this season? I don't. I think Spartans might be winless in Division Two.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to check that. Next one, Punjab Scorpion. Look, actually, this one I changed my prediction because it was so tough to predict this game when I was just going through. I predicted local boys and then I changed it to Punjab Scorpion, if I'm not wrong. But what I changed it later on.
Oh, you have changed it to Punjab Scorpions, is it?
Yeah, means once first time when Satya sent a link, I submitted it, but later on
Okay.
I again re-reviewed it and then I changed it. I think I changed this one.
Gababai, correct me if I'm wrong. It's you and me in the lead. Is that correct, or did I read
Yeah,
something
we will
wrong?
we'll go there. I think you are in the lead. You even 1 point ahead than me, I believe, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, is it?
I can check that. We can check that.
Okay, we'll check that. Stingers have got 100% of the votes, despite
Yeah,
still Stingers losing last game, right? They lost
yeah,
the last game.
right.
Still, all of us are firmly on the Stingers bandwagon.
Maybe
I
the
guess
opponent
it's the
also.
maybe it's the Alagu Paul Raj factor. We believe
Opponent
in
also.
Alagu Paul Raj.
Yeah, they are
Of
playing.
course. Who are
They're
they
playing
playing?
Vikings, and Vikings won a good game. So
Yes, Viking won.
sometimes.
They beat Michigan Rangers. So it
Yeah.
shouldn't be 100% vote for Stingers, if you ask me.
But I see the Stingers is getting a lot of 100%. I think I have seen couple of more weeks where they have got 100%.
I'm telling you, if there is if Alagu Paul Raj runs for president, he might win the presidency also. So anyway, Thunderbolts versus Stallions. Wow. A lot of love for Thunderbolts there. No,
Because
they
I
have
think
been playing.
Thunderbolts also playing a quality cricket at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah. They're playing good cricket at this point.
And same goes
Gujarat
with
Warriors, dark horses. I'm surprised that there is a vote for dark horses because Gujarat Warriors have been dominating, absolutely dominating Division 2.
right.
So, our friend Satya has still not come back. He thinks that we are going to be that late. I
He
mean,
will come at 9:30 only, I believe. We may
I
need to
think
have a
so.
call.
I mean,
Yeah, the
I
next
don't
one
even.
was RCD versus Phantom. Yeah, just because of RCD performance in the overall, probably the 65%. Otherwise, Phantom is also playing a quality cricket, especially that Tejas who is having a really great outing in the last game.
Hmm.
And the next game is very interesting. Have you ever, even Royal Hunkar have not thought about getting this many percentage, 59 against Rebel. Again, this is gonna be a very close competition, I would say. Two equal
Satya,
teams fighting.
can you come on the show? I mean, we have finished long time back. We're just wasting time.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
All right. I called him, told him to come on the show.
Okay.
That's the only way to get him. All right. So, who did you vote for? Royal Hunkars versus Rebels?
I think Royal Hunkars.
Okay.
How about you?
I think I voted Royal Hunkars. We'll find out when Satya comes.
Yeah, Royal Hunkars. Next one is Punjab Lion and Motor City. Yeah, even in this game, 17% Motor City, 82%. I was expecting more on the Punjab Lions. Another game, KCC and SSK. If KCC wouldn't have played the game the way they have played in the last match, they would have even better percentage, I think. But at this point, SSK is heavy favorite.
Yeah,
Another
I
thing,
mean,
I
I
think
think.
when you were covering, sorry, I will forget.
Go
When you
ahead,
were
go ahead.
covering when you were covering this game, right, KCC game, one thing that
Yeah.
I wanted to highlight, Tejas also was going, I think, fifth or sixth round. Whenever I have seen him playing against under other captains, he was always top four batsman in any team. Even I have seen him full-fledged batting team also, like when we were playing corporate cup where Ford was having a team, he used to come opening first round or something like that. And when he's captain, he's going fifth and sixth round. I don't know.
He told he got injured. So
Oh, is it?
he twisted his ankle in the badminton. So,
Oh, okay. Good for the information. Thank you for the information. We can, as I'm
All right.
sharing, let's go. I'm going to the result as well. After that, you can take it up for the analyst uh, prediction, Satya.
so the main thing is Vignesh forgot to enter the prediction. So
Oh, so
Vignesh
he fell
forgot to
down?
enter the prediction for the last week.
yes.
Oh,
Oh, so that means we have overtaken Vignesh? Is that what you say? Or he's still
Yeah.
ahead of us? That
He's
would be a. That,
still ahead of couple, but he's there
he
56.
is on 56. Here he is.
oh, man. How can Vignesh make that kind of a blunder? See, these people all wait till the last possible minute. How could Vignesh make that blunder? Oh, so now Neil has now taken over, is it? Well, it's another pokery guy and is still on
Yeah.
top. But Mahesh Babu is giving him good fight at least here, so that's good.
Yeah.
But see, 1 and 3 is pokeries. Oh,
Yeah,
Parag
Raghu is also
Karwade is
playing.
as a Titan also in the top 4. Huh?
Yeah.
And KK in 61. Well, thank God KK is not an analyst anymore.
Do you know who is
Okay.
this RK Verma?
Uh,
I have no idea.
so I don't unless only I get the email. I don't have the names. So.
Yeah, okay.
Well, Aditya Gopalan is at 61. We know who Aditya Gopalan is.
He's
Well,
the Hitman.
Imti is at 59. So he's tied with us.
Yeah.
Gababai, he's tied
Mhm.
with us. So good
Yeah,
to
and
see.
you and me are also on the
I
same
think,
point. Sorry, I thought I saw
yeah.
your name above, so I thought you might be.
All I know is Parthiv Mehta is behind me. That's a good thing. I mean, even if I couldn't beat him on the field, Glads versus strikers, I'm beating him hands down, pants down, and I'm giving him a good red whipping on his posterior here. He should be ashamed of him, Gababai. He's seeing all these teams, all right? I'm the only guy who's not seeing any of these teams play. So I'm not getting that vibe and that feeling, you see. So I have to go based purely on the scorecard. Well, good to see Chetan Thakkar at 53. That means that we'll take the we'll get the he's not going to do.
Chetan Bhai is also holding his ground actually well, because that difference has not increased now. Yeah, I think last.
No, I agree. I thought,
holding really good.
He did some harakiri. He picked against Glads. He did all kinds of going opposite direction and all that, and still it hasn't hurt him.
Yeah. Okay.
So, all right, we can move on.
Satya, you can take over and share the analyst prediction.
This one. So can you guys see? Yes. So Titans versus Hawks. Everybody is on Titan.
Can you zoom in a little bit?
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah. So everybody's on Titans, and Miles, every favorite, Dynamite.
So you're telling me Vijay Shanmugam is bringing this Pakistan Super League players or whoever it is, and still we are all saying that what is this? Sanjay Elangovan and Rahul Chenna is greater than all these Pakistan Super League players. I mean, that's what it's saying, right? I mean, all 5 guys are saying Miles.
Last week it was the Champions Cup. They would have been available. This week I don't know. So,
okay.
But
on the community also, like 85 and 15%, something like that was there for Dynamite. So it's not just us.
Gababai, this is very interesting. I mean, Satya is picking against his fellow brothers and picking Raptors against Pokeris.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure next time Ranjit sees him, he'll give him a slap on his face.
And Chetan Bhai is also joined his board.
Yeah. Chetan Bhai, he's trying desperately to catch up, So he'll do all that. Let him do all that.
Another Red Devil striker.
Oh my goodness. 3 strikers versus 2 Red Devils.
Wow.
The important thing is I'm picking Red Devils. So Red Devils, whenever I pick them, generally go out and get it done.
Even I picked the Red Devils.
At least last year, this year has been up and down.
Yeah. So I'm also on the Red Devils board this time.
Wow, Gababai, you have picked legends over stars. I hope my friend Hari Parankusam is watching this and brings Ravi Teja and every other.
Only thing that I was just talking to Hari Bhai in the last game and I was there on the ground. I think Ravi Teja's availability is little uncertain.
Why?
I think he's out of town or something. And the last game they played with 1 or 2 F40 players as well. So I'm not sure if Star will be having full availability, and Legend also having some momentum at this point. So that was my thought behind picking Legends.
With your Legends did not even bowl 1 extra. Like they bowled 1 extra which went back as 2. That's the 3 runs. But other than that, they did not bowl an extra at all. Like last game, I umpired them. They were really good.
Yeah. So
we did talk about that.
If you're so confident, then why did you pick Stars over Legends? That's my next question.
But the batting is the problem, right? So
okay,
they have to stay because they are still missing Harish and Narne, all these guys to come back, but still they will be opting for 40 over this game. So
you think Harish will?
Harish has
been playing. Harish has been playing DCL left, right, and center. I thought.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him miss a game.
No, last week he didn't play. He was out of. But I don't know whether he's back. But
when he's in town, he's playing DCL games, right?
Yeah.
So that's a good point. I mean, now the thing is whether our Well, I still have confidence in Hari Paramkusam. He'll do some magic, and if necessarily he'll fly Ravi Teja from Timbuktu if he has to do that. I'm pretty sure of that. All right, GLCC Canton Hurricanes. I can see why everybody's
GLCC is anyway 100% prediction out of 270.
Thunders versus Bulls is where I'm a little shocked. You know, I mean, I expected at least somebody for Bulls. I thought long and hard over it, but again, I think too many difference makers in Thunders. I think that's probably what it is, because I think if Thunders gets past Tanmay Zante, then they can pose a few questions, but we'll see.
Chetan is there.
Chetan is picking Agni. I mean, only you're picking Spartans.
No, I'm saying Chetan Dushan, like Thunders.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, okay. Yeah. Chetan Dushyant. I thought Chetan Tucker you were talking.
No.
Okay. All right.
Agni Spartans.
Only
okay.
Satya is on the spot.
Satya, explain to me your Spartans pick. I'm just curious. How your brain is working.
I think last time I picked Agni and they failed. So I thought, okay, let me pick Spartans. So that thing, because I heard Ramesh is also like injured or something. He's not having enough games.
And you guys are making a lot of picks based on insider information. If you guys were in the stock market, you guys will all be in the jail. Let me tell you that. Gaba will be in jail. Information will be in jail because you guys are doing insider stock trading. All right. You guys have too much insider information. Stingers, Vikings, again a little surprising considering
Vikings. For that, let's talk
about
the Punjab and local boys. I think this will be a game of the week. Actually, I think this is gonna be a very good game.
Gaba, we can't give them game of the week just because you are the only person who's picking Scorpions. Okay, that doesn't qualify for game of the week.
At least I would say I have to put a lot of thought behind picking this particular game. I changed also second time. I picked local boys and I moved to Scorpion. I'm not sure whether Scorpion will pull it or not, but it's gonna be an interesting game.
Yeah, I think with Scorpions, the problem is not with the talent. The problem is how many of those players are going to show up and play on game day. I think that's
my only thought was local boys has one match winner, but Scorpion looks like more than one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I agree that Scorpions have multiple match winners. There's no doubt about it. It's just that they've been so all over the place. Manjinder is the skipper, and he must have, out of 5 games or 6 games, he must have played 2 games, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember seeing him on many scorecards. That's why I'm saying that. Well, Stingers, Vikings, Alagu is obviously, we all think too highly of him. So we're not going to abandon him, I guess. Thunderbolts, Satya has picked Stallions. Wow. What's the basis, Satya? I mean, is this just to catch up, or is there something which you know? I mean, I know that Mohammad Alvi played a great game.
We don't know Stallions who they are going to bring, right? That's why, like, they are a really good team, but they are not coming together. That's the problem. But it's on that day I just picked. I thought might be this game would be different. But I know Thunderbolts in a row, like they are winning all the games. But let me see if anything like comes. But
I have a feeling after seeing this, your neighbor Avinash Raghu is going to come and take out an AK-47 and gun you down.
Avinash Raghu is not playing only there. If he is giving availability, he's telling me I'll pick you.
See, big players don't play small games, you know.
I know.
Big players play only big games.
I know.
So Avinash Raghu is in that category right now.
Yeah.
All right. Warriors versus that's a no-brainer at this point, at least. Unless Pankaj Watts can prove us wrong, right? But I think the biggest problem is if you're going to give up that many extras. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you could be Sachin Tendulkar and you would have problems.
He's getting the students again, right? Like
No, but Pankaj Watts himself is one of the biggest culprits.
Yeah.
In 3 overs, he himself is he's trying to reach double figures. Wrong department to reach double figures, right? That's the problem.
I think Rebels and Dark Horses, right? Last week. So I was umpiring on the other side. There's so much noise and like fight and other things. I don't know what was going, but it was so much sound there. So there was a run out or something. Somebody shouting he's in, somebody shouting he's out. Like, so, and I saw a couple of catches. It's just a sitter. They're just missing it. Like I don't know why, but
Dark Horses was missing or Rebel was
both
missing?
Rebels and Darkers both are the same. Like the both sides they're missing. I don't know why, but it's just you have to just run and catch it. Like it's there, but they're not able to pick it up. So I don't know.
Okay, the next one also interesting. Phantom versus Royal RCD. Our friend Parthi has picked Phantom.
Actually, that might not be a bad pick.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree with that.
You know, I'm thinking Phantoms as a more than 50 chance at this point, you know. I'm not so convinced about this. I mean, of all these picks so far, right now, if I had to change one, that's probably where one I would like to think about.
Challenges is they are combined as a new team first time. That's the only problem. But they are a good team. Still, it's old people, Arjun Chitmani and others, but still. But Panthers is been experienced for now at least.
What happened to Arjun Chittamani? This is a guy who hit a century in DCL.
He's there in this Royal Challenges.
I know, but he's not performing is what I'm trying to get at.
He's thinking too much. That's what I told him. Don't think too much. Go up the order and play. He's still playing third, fourth, fifth round. It doesn't work like that. So I asked him to go either opening or first down max, but he didn't do that. So
okay. All right. So this is another surprise. I mean, that it will be 5-0 Hunkars. I could have understood if it was 4-1 or 3-2, but 5-0, that means none of us is giving too much respect to Rebels, I guess. They're rebelling against the Rebels.
Hunkars is getting there, Joe. It's been 3 seasons right now. So
yeah, but I think this season they're putting in a better performance.
But Rebels is more bad than Hunkars. That's what I thought before I picked. So
Punjab Lions got the 5-0 vote against Motor City. So Bhargav Srinivasan did not convince any of us, huh?
I think previous game.
Same goes with SSK. KCC was hot favorite.
Yeah, but KCC was hot favorite 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago.
Yeah,
right now on current form, SSK is the team.
We all jump from the sinking boat.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting to see if Glatz plays somebody. We'll all be jumping out of that sinking boat too, right? Except for the old faithful like Satya and probably me. Why we even had Chetan Tuckers to jump out of that sinking boat.
Chetan Bhai was the first one who jumped out of your boat.
Yeah. That's why I said, right? That's why I said that's why I said also when we have friends like him, I don't need an enemy.
In the striker game, he did not give you a chance.
Yep, he did. Nope.
From there on, he started. So you cannot expect anything from Chetan Bhai anymore.
Yeah. Well, at this point, I think that concludes our predictions. So what we have at 1.5 hours. So what it's a little too early to close the outing. So all right, let's do some on the spot this thing. Kababai, let me ask you as an interviewer. How does it feel sitting at the top of the pile on Pool A? And what, more importantly, tell us why all of a sudden, or what has led to the Titans' resurgence, especially after the FCC loss? What changes did you make? How did you right the ship? And maybe that's also something which our current skipper, the Glad skipper, can learn from you as to what he can do to this thing. And if you had to give some advice to the Glad skipper, what advice would you give him? That's it's a multiple part question, but you try. You got all the questions. First is I'm trying to focus on your team and trying to say what works. I mean,
first thing
what's
I will
been
talk.
working.
Yeah, first thing, as you know, right, we have few new addition at least for the DCL this year. That actually helped us. I would like to name them like Kalyan was playing at least. I have played with Kalyan in different tournament along the side, but this is the first year we have him on the board, and then he is exceptionally good all rounder and very thoroughly gentleman as well. So that addition is helping us. Then in the middle order, Tarun Bhai has been added, and he is also the left. He's coming with the left hand and giving us that all round kind of performance, with the bat and ball. So that helps us. And our magician Ronnie Bhai has been added, and Dhwanit has been added. So overall, the kind of unit that we have came up, it's not just that we are playing here. I think you or few people might not know that we played with similar unit in the winter FCC winter tournament, and we won that.
Okay.
So whatever the performance that you see, it's not something that
was that also a Division 1 tournament, or
so
do they
we
have
went
divisions
we
there, or?
won the Division 1, and it was quite a competitive Division 1 also, where we played fighters. We played final against fighter and we won. And the semi-final we promoted, and we played semi-final against a team who were having players from 3-4 different good teams. Glad
So
few.
this is the top division you're talking about. So you won
So
the top
in the
division
the
in
Division
Indore.
1 we won the game, and then the top Division we went and played the semi-final, where the team that we played and lost, we lost by 1 run. We were chasing some odd runs, and then we lost by 1 run. So there also
Who did you lose to there?
that's what I was saying. The team we lost, they had all the good players from the GLCC, all the good players from the Glads, and couple of good players from different teams. So they were like combination of 3-4 good teams, and
Okay.
that team actually won the championship as well.
Okay.
Overall the main championship, but we lost to them only by 1 run. So last ball 2 runs was needed, and we could only score 1 run. That kind of situation we came out. And
Okay.
we had the winning streak. I think other than one game, we did not lose any of the game in the whole tournament. So basically we were just forming. It's not that we directly played the DCL. We formed the team before the winter tournament, and then when we started playing, and that helped me to plan with the different, again, as a different combination this year. So it helped, the winter tournament helped me to plan better for the DCL, and then utilize people on their potential, which can help the team. So that is where you see the performance. So again, everything that we thought, the player that we have added, and our existing players all put together, we as a unit playing, at least at this point, we are playing a good cricket, I would say. And that is where we see the result. I don't know what will happen, because the Division 1, I always tell my team that every day is a new day. Forget about the win and lose on the past, and then move on and see how we can win the next. So that was the part on the Detroit Titan side. Another thing that we have changed, you guys have talked about multiple times in this show, and I also realized that our batting approach was little different than the previous year. But this year, if you see, right, in the last 2 games at least, we have scored 50 runs in the 12 overs. So somewhere we are trying to have some intent of the run in the first uh, part of the batting. So that is also helping somewhere. That's what I see.
Okay.
Coming to the Glads, Glads is an amazing team, as everybody knows. But still, I did talk to couple of players. Because Jeet, I play along with the Jeet, and Hardeep, Hardeep bhai, here and there we always meet. So I told couple of things that I could see. First thing, that you have that kind of batting order, and everybody is so mature. Ideally, Glads team to identify one or two batsmen, specifically in the middle order, who has to forget that he can hit six. Okay, forget about that. Hitting six is from their dictionary, and you have talent like that. Just come head down and try to do single double and build the inning in the middle. That's
hope
what
Satya is I hope Satya is listening and identifying the players.
because everybody coming and swinging may not help. And if I name it, you have Jawad, who actually can be a backbone in the middle order, who actually can head down and play a lot of single doubles, and he's very good over hitting over fans as well. Another person I would think Suyog. Suyog is also very technically good batsman. He can play grounded, but I think he has more influence of Glads where he also wants to hit
Oh,
out of the park probably.
trust me,
And
Gababai. I've told him to play the ground shots. I mean, there's nothing more you can do other than I can even show you texts that we have texted to play the ground shots, but somehow we like airy shots. So
no, but
that's where
he's
the
coming
problem is.
somewhere in the last 2 3 games. He's at least whatever I remember, he's coming very little lower order, right? He's going 6 7 downs.
But I think Satya sent him 1 down and 2 down and things like that. I think that's probably where Satya felt that you've gone
Satya
there and
himself can do it. There's no complaint from Satya because Satya, whatever the game, Satya only tried to hold the inning from playing those single doubles. And in our game, it was unfortunate where ball went little low for him, right? Satya, you got out with the low ball, right?
Yeah. Racks, ball kept low.
Yeah,
So
ball kept low for you, right? But overall, Satya can play. So you already have 2 3 players like that in the middle order, and then you have one person who can hit from the bottom on top and one from the bottom. It will be all good. That's what I think. Bowling wise, I think a lot of experienced player. Even my
who
game, I see
who would you send opening for on the Glad's lineup to open the innings?
that I don't know. That you have to identify because you are talking to your players, right? That's what I'm saying. Find because you have capabilities. All the players are good batsmen. They can play around the strategy that you guys will make. So assign a role and then ask them to execute it.
Well, it's right now our problem is we don't seem to know how to bat. That's our problem. So I've never faced a situation like this where it's a complete collapse in the batting even after 5 games. If you ask me, none of the 5 games we batted all that well. Yeah, the first 2 games we won, but I don't think we batted well at all. I've never been afraid of the batting, but this year somehow it's not there. What can you do? I mean, it's not.
Maybe
It's not
another
that.
thing, maybe not for this year, for the future year, you guys have to find a talent who are not in playing F40. Try to reduce your dependency from F40. It will help. Eventually, it will help.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. If it was that simple, but our problem is this year the commitment increased to F40. You see that changed things. Many of them, whether it is Anoop or Mansab hasn't even played a game. Not that he's not committed. He's very committed. He watches the show every. I think he's the only guy on the Glad's team who watches everything. All right. He's very motivated. He takes it very personally. I mean, I didn't watch the last show, but I hope to go and watch it. But he watched it and his blood was boiling. So, but then, I know what I'm getting from him. So very loyal guy. So that's a good thing to have, right? I mean, you like to go to battle with somebody like that.
And I think yeah,
But we have not been able to get him even for 1 game so far because F40 is clashing every single week. Yeah. And I think that Mishka change in schedule has really impacted us more than anybody else.
So I think once you know that, so you should at this point at least forget about Mansab and try to form a team without Mansab. Think about because what I see from you, even I met Mansab in one of the session that he was having, and I was also having with my kids. So I met him and he told me that none of the game which I am free and every game Glads has, I have the game on F40. So probably he might not even qualify. That's what even he thinks. So
yeah,
you have to plan beyond Mansab. And I think more to Mansab, Arjun's unavailability is hurting you guys more, I would say. Because Arjun can be Palanhar at this situation who can, easily pull Glads out. And whatever the kind of stability that you guys need on the batting side, Arjun can provide it. It's just that I think he's not fit at this point.
Leaving that aside, okay, let's switch gears. All right, let's talk league in general. Give me 4 teams in Division 1 who's going to win the championship, ranking them 1 through 4. Based on based upon your understanding as of right now. This is not about anything else. This is more about you as an analyst. If you had to pick 4 teams and you will think that one of the champion is going to come from this 4, which 4 teams would you pick?
So I'll just put, I can put the 4 teams. I'll exclude my team because even I think my team can win. I just want to exclude my team and put the thought for other teams. Okay, I'll give you the 4 names. Probably Indas. Indas has a very bright chances. The kind of unit they're coming up with, right? I see Indas again performing really well, and then as we talked about, Sandeep Gopu has also taken the leadership. So I won't be
I think
surprised.
I think that's their biggest plus point more than anything else. That's
And
probably
even
the biggest plus point.
addition of Maulik and Ronak on top of it, Dinesh, Manoj, and Chetan.
Yeah, but
It looks like a
can
solid
have
unit.
you can have all the talent in the world, but if you do not know how to use them, you're back to square one, right?
I agree that. I told about Sandeep as well, right? So in the show shot, I see them, performing really well. If they choke somewhere, otherwise they are the top contender for me. Again, I see Star also, the kind of unit that Star is carrying. And with some addition this year, I see Star also in those top positions. After that, two so sure look like. Other than that, probably I don't know about Pokris, Red Devils, KRCC. These teams may KRCC is not performing well, but if they go through to the playoff, they might play differently. Is what my understanding is. But the question is, will they be able to go through? Same goes with the Glads. If Glad go through the playoff, they will be a different team. But they be able to go through?
Yeah, I
Because
think that's the big question, because I think if Glads goes through, it's going to be a nightmare for somebody who is number 1,
right,
honestly, because that may not be the team you want to play.
right.
But will they go through is the big question. So if you ask me, Satya has the challenge of his lifetime. That means you have 7 games remaining and he has to figure something out. But anyway, it's just.
How about you? The same question, Vijay. What is your 4 pick?
I think for me, Stars and what is the other team? Indus Thunders are pretty good no-brainer picks, because I think they both have I think all bases covered, if you ask me. Balanced teams kind of a thing. I think if I had to pick one of the other team, I still will pick KRCC, because they still have the talent. And if you can get all of them together, they still are they are going to be a nightmare. And I'm not sure if things will change between now and August and things like that. So that can be an interesting thing. But I think if I had to pick a 4th team, I probably will pick Pokris, because mainly because they're a very close bunch of unit. And with the 2-run marker all across, they have a huge advantage with the number of left-handers they have. So, and also very disciplined unit. They will not lose the game. I think right now they are probably testing a few things and stuff like that. But now that you have had 2 losses, they can't afford to test too many things either. So those are the things. But I think between KRCC and Glads, if one of them makes it into the round, they still will be a formidable outing for any team out there in the
At this
playoffs.
point, both
But
are on.
will they make it? I do not know. Right now, they are in 6th and 7th place. So they are
And they
hanging
both
by.
are yet to play each other. You both yet to play each
Yeah.
other, right?
So yeah. So it's right now things are looking very dicey. Yeah, I agree.
Actually, I made a note of it actually. Who all are playing? I can at least tell KRCC and Glads. So Glads
No,
are
we have all tough games. We have Red Devils remaining. We have
Glads are
GLCC remaining. Yeah.
Glad has to play Hawks, Red Devils, Troy Hawks, Fighter, GLCC, KRCC, and Canton Hurricane. So second last game is KRCC for you. And KRCC has to play. Actually, KRCC has a little crucial game in the first place itself. Fighter they have to play, GLCC they have to play. Then they will get Canton and Striker. Then Detroit Titans, Glads, and then Troy Hawks. So they have first important two games actually, make and break type of game, Fighter and GLCC for them.
So, Satya, anything for you to discuss? Any interesting topic which you can think of? Since we're almost still 8 minutes to go on 2.5 hours kind of a thing.
Who is going to win Division 2?
Yeah, who's going to win Division 2?
I think Stringers, Thunderbolts.
Rangers are looking still strong. Gujarat Warriors, SSK, Stinger, they all are in the same group, but they all are my favorite three teams, and Thunderbolts and Punjab Lions. So these five looks very strong.
If you had to pick one out of them, who do you pick?
We don't need to pick one?
No, pick four and then pick one.
If you have to pick one, probably I'll start with Gujarat Warriors. So Gujarat
Okay.
Warriors is number one contender. And yeah.
Let me turn around. Who is the player who has most impressed you so far in Division 1 and in Division 2?
Ronnie Bhai definitely from my own team.
Okay.
He was fabulous. So he impressed me because I was working with him closely, and I think overall Ronnie Bhai was fabulous, and I think the kind of respect that last year, I don't know why it was his off season when he was in the Gujarat Lions when he was in command, but I still see a lot of spark in him, and then he is always there for you. You know, he wants to come for even in this time. He wants to come for the practice. He actually encouraged for a lot of practices. You know, to come for it. So he's a fabulous person, and I'm very impressed with his performance.
In Division 2?
Division 2, I'm not sure. I have to look more onto it.
Okay.
Division 2, I have to check more. How about you? Same question, Jubai.
I think if I had to pick, I would, again, there is a recency bias, right? I mean, in the sense that if you just saw somebody and you got very impressed with them, they probably have a little edge over somebody you have not seen. So I guess for me, Tanmay Zante and Sujay Yerwat, those two guys, I think really, really impressed me. I mean, I just fell in love with both of their games. So again, I think there is a recency bias because again, I saw them. I didn't see, I mean, I think Botta is having a fabulous season. So, but we know him. These were more unknown commodities, comparatively speaking, compared to a Botta. I'm not saying that they were unknown. I'm saying definitely Tanmay Zante is probably more unknown than Sujay. But still, those two guys impressed me on multiple counts. I think they're playing a brand of cricket which is pretty good. Division 2, that's a tough one. See, the problem is, again, I don't know, Division 2 suffers from the fact that most of us don't pay that much as close attention. Probably because we are all Division 1 teams through no fault of their own. But that's how the dice rolls. Always Division 1 is going to get much more attention than Division 2. At the end of the day, also the guys who make this product what it is are all in Division 1. So
yeah, Gopal Bhai is interesting to watch after his 50 last game from the Stinger.
He's a fabulous player. I thought this year definitely he'll go to some other team.
That he did not, I think.
He's stuck on. He's
His
very fit,
overall
very fit.
his overall performance also, I did not follow him much, but we both are playing in a same team, Gujarat Lions for Machine Cup, and he has more than 100 points. That means his overall the record that he has on the cricket clubs is way too much. 100
Okay,
point is like Arjun has 100 points probably,
okay,
you know.
okay,
So he is having 100 points means his record would have been that great. He has into 100 points.
okay.
I have another question for Glads actually. So as you assess, right, your team not doing at this point the way you want it to be, or in a position that you want it to be. So you and Satya is the brain of the Glads, if I'm not wrong. So any thought behind the current strat, how you guys gonna approach toward the future games? Anything that we see, or we see the same what you guys are doing and just thinking that people will come and click?
I think there are two problems, Babai. One is availability. That's really impacted us. I think for the Titans game, I made a special effort to somehow convince somebody or the other. I think Aditya playing that game was me working a lot with Mansab and Adi to somehow make one of them available. So that expended a lot of energy, and then I arranged that, and then I took off for the conference which I had to attend. I think that's been a problem in the sense availability has been an issue, and I think it will continue to be an issue. I think Satya will have to call Arjun, and Mansab told me that Arjun played F40. So if that is the case, then that's a positive sign. But now I think Satya also needs to call him, and I think he needs to talk to each one of them and get them to play. I think we also need Udit to play more games because Udit is one player who can stay in the middle. So it's critical that we get him to play as many games as possible from now on, kind of a thing. And the other thing is we need to fix our opening because we can't lose wickets in the first 2-3 overs and our one down batsman is going right there. If Taif is opening, then Taif needs to take responsibility. I personally feel if Taif is going opening and he's going across the line and getting bowled like how he got bowled against Titans, then that's really not fair to the rest of the team.
But
Taif is a warrior.
Taif is not in a form, right? Last three games, I see last 3-4 games he could not even score anything, right? I think last 2 games was a duck for him, isn't it?
I do not know. I know the last game was a duck, and I was
Even I think
so
previous game
disappointed.
was a duck.
I was very disappointed with that shot because that is over pitch ball, and this is what a second, third ball of the innings, and you can't hit that shot. As an opener, you have to be disciplined, and you have to respect the ball for what it is. If it's such an over pitch ball, you never go across the line. Now, I agree that Taif has that shot, he can play that very well and things like that. But sometimes you have to apply your mind and say that, okay, I'm going to not let put my team in a bad position. I don't have a problem with him opening. I don't, but somehow I feel that Taif is one guy who can handle a lot of pressure. And I've seen that over the years, even when long ago he played for Brownstown, he was a guy who could handle it. And then I think he played for, I don't know, one of the other teams out in Auburn Hills, where the skipper was a former, his name, what was that? Anyway, he was the skipper also later on, after that person left, kind of a thing. So Taif, I've always found that he can handle pressure. So that's why I like him somewhere in the middle order, because he can play the spinner and he can also handle the pace if and when it's needed. But when he gets out, we are in a real bad situation. So if I had to say something, I think Shan is going to play Shan type of innings, right? So I don't think we ever want to change the way Shan wants to play. If he wants to play defense, he can play defense. He wants to hit, he can hit. But Taif is one guy who...
Shan was a
No,
good opener, right? Why did you guys change Shan from opening?
Last game, I think it was just a question of getting the left-hander in and seeing if he can hold the position. It's like Shan has also not produced. So the thing was, okay, maybe if we change the position and then try to give him the power play, you're still getting the same impact, right? So maybe prevent one of the batsmen from getting out. I think that was the logic. It's not that we... See, when things are not working, you have to change something to see somehow to get it working. But I think the key for us is to get Taif going. I mean, if Taif can get going at some point, I mean, pick wherever you want to play. But I think the shot which he played against Titans, he cannot afford that kind of shot. I mean, that's ABCD of cricket, Gababai. That's ABCD of cricket. I'm not talking rocket science, right? I'm talking ABCD of cricket. You cannot play that shot. That's an overpitched ball. You cannot play that shot. If you have to play that shot, it has to be pitch perfect. And if you try it 10 times, there is a good chance that at least 1 or 2 times you're going to miss that. And all it takes is one ball to get you out, right? So my point is, when you know that the team is struggling and that batting has not been clicking and things like that, you cannot afford that shot. You have to pick your shot. So some of it is discipline, as you said, but I think we would not want to lose a wicket in the first 3 overs. We are already on the back foot. And then the first down batsman goes. And then if that person gets out, now all of a sudden, even more pressure is building. So I think that's one of the problems which we've been having. We just need to play the right kind of shots. And even if you look at the way we got out against strikers, it's not like... I mean, I know Parthiv said in that show whether Glatz was overly aggressive because in the previous game. No, what I meant was, don't go there and play 34 balls and score 0 runs. What exactly did you achieve? You remember I showed you that we all know what we are talking about. I think there was one game where the person, I think after 9 balls is where he scored the first run. But then he has the shots. And in the next 5-6 balls, he scored 7-8 runs. So it's not that he doesn't have the shots, right? But somehow we felt that we need to go there and play defense. I don't think that's the right approach either. I feel stay at the wicket, but at least you try to rotate the strike, hold one end up. I mean, that's what you're going to, hold one end up. I mean, bat the way Naeem batted. Naeem, if you look at it in that striker game or something like that, he didn't hit any boundaries, but you still are scoring 10 runs out of 12 balls, 10 runs out of 14 balls, whatever it is. I'll take that. But if you go there and just drop it right there, I'm not sure what exactly you're accomplishing. Are we playing French cricket or are we playing cricket? Have you played French cricket? You don't know French cricket?
That one tip, one hand?
Yeah, you drop the ball dead right there,
We play one tip, one hand, like bowler bowls, and
yeah.
if
yeah.
they catch it in one
hand, you try your best to smother the ball kind of a thing and defend it kind of a thing. So what I'm trying to say is that that's not the objective of cricket. So play with a positive mindset, but at the same time, you can cut out risk. That's all I'm saying. I think it starts with the opening. I think whoever the openers are or whatever it is, I think they need to take responsibility and say that, okay, we are not coming back for 5 overs. Let's try to stay there. I don't care what runs we score or whatever it is. Let's stay there. Make sure this thing. But many of our batsmen, Gababai, are getting out at, I don't know, it's not even going to the boundary. It's like, we're giving catch at mid-on, mid-off. I don't know. I mean, so that's kind of a little frustrating.
That's what I told, right? Couple of batsmen in the team has to forget that they can hit sixes. So that they will never play those aerial shots. Always put it on the ground.
But just give us a juicy ball and we are like the mice which chase the cheese. All you have to put the cheese out there and we get trapped. That's our problem, right? So that's what everybody has been doing. So now it's on us to say whether we are going to let our minds overcome this. This is a challenge, and you have to figure out how you're going to face the challenge and how you're going to overcome the challenge. Now, what is life if you don't have challenges? So now you have to figure out how you're going to overcome the challenge. And these players will have to ask themselves a question, look themselves in the mirror and find out how we can solve that challenge. But that's a good thing where if you can solve it out, you learn something new about yourself. But if you can't solve it, then that's what leaders do, right? They solve things. But I think this has to be done on the field. It can't be done off the field. I mean, off the field, you can only say so much. You can't teach them how to play cricket. They already know it. They know it better than me how to play cricket. It's just a question of application of mind, of taking things one step at a time. We don't have to score 200 runs. We don't have to score 150 runs. Let's just try to get the basics right. But the basics is you can't go across the line when it's an over pitch ball. You have to respect it. So you've played enough cricket and you're very talented and you have the abilities. And once you stay there for 4-5 overs, I know Taif can easily score a 50. But at the same time, application is important. So I don't know. That is where I think we have been failing. And sometimes it's good for us to admit our own mistakes. That's the only way we can grow. And to discuss frankly and to take criticism where it is valid and then see how we can apply and change that. That's what good teams do.
My last 2 questions for Satya. So Satya, do you think that these 2 weeks of break will help the lads? And the second thing, are you guys doing some practice for the softball? And maybe if you do the practice, maybe you can talk or the practice like to the players, like how to deal with a certain situation.
See, getting 11 in the game it's a bit tough, and practice.
Gababai, that's exactly what I was doing. We can't even get 11 for the game. What a chance of getting anybody for practice.
Players are all over. That's the other issue, right? So me, Hardi, Bowler in this end, Suyog, Sean at that end. Like we were like couple of players in Canton and Ann Arbor. So we are all over. If you want to gather the team, like in the weekday, I think it's going to be tough, really. They can practice wherever they are. Yes, they are practicing. For example, charges, they do practice. All these 7-8 guys are practicing over there, but that's for leather ball, right? But they are practicing. Yes, they are getting the ball, but not for the softball. But getting for a softball is one center location. It's going to be tough. So somebody has to drive long, or in the weekday with this traffic, I don't think like it's going to happen. And 696 is all construction now. If people want to travel from there, it's going to be 2 hours for them, and they're not even going to make to the practice until 7:38. So yeah, it's going to be tough, but I expect this break, let them sink their stuffs and then get back with a fresh mind. I'm seeing they're playing multiple leagues. I see they played T90 and the other leagues. They are better as them. But when they come to DCL in the morning game, that's where, right? And we are going to have the next 2 games in afternoon. So let's see if that makes a change where they will be already ready to get in. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Yeah, all the best for the remaining 7 games. I think we have like 7 games are too much. I think you have fair enough opportunity to bounce back from
7 games, but we'll take one at a time. Let's go from there.
So it's not that you have, what I'm trying to say, you have 7 more games to go and it's way too much to bounce back.
Yeah. We can bounce back, like for sure. We are certainly bouncing back. We have to start the momentum. Then once we get the momentum, then we keep going. So
yeah. Okay. I think
anyway,
form really killing me. Once Hardeep is back in form, at least I can sure that we are going there. So.
All right.
But remember, Gababhai, I read you Hardeep's stats, you know, so Hardeep also has to figure out the way he bats and, you know, solve that challenge. Again, he's another fighter. So I expect a fighter to fight through whatever problems he's facing. But I remember I read the stats, I don't know, 70 balls, 80 balls or whatever it is when the strike rate is less than 50% and you have not hit a boundary, and that's not your game. So sometimes that's why we always had given him the license to go and play whatever he needs to do, play it and, you know, go for it whenever he gets the opportunity. I still don't think that needs to change. Like, there are a few players I don't like to change. Shan should play the way he should play. Hardeep should play the way he should play. Mansab should play the way he should play. They have a license to go and play. And you see the good thing which can happen, like in the DCL final when Mansab got the chance to play his game. But I think he also knows which ball to pick. So that is one good thing about Mansab. When he commits to a ball, it's fully committed. I mean, it's going out of the park. I mean, it's not a half-hearted shot. So I think some of our other players are struggling with this half-hearted shot. But yeah, I mean, we need somebody in the middle to at least get us to a point where we can do something. But I mean, there are guys getting it done, right? I mean, you look at the Hawks team, Vikram Reddy, Golamari came and played a fantastic innings in the last game, which we saw. So there are guys who are getting it done. So we also have to figure it out. But that's the challenge of cricket. So that's a good thing. Work on it. And look at Titans performing. If Titans can perform like that, I think that should give hope for everybody that if you apply yourself, you can get the job done.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's also believing in yourself and saying that I'm going to do it. The bigger problem is, do we have the hunger? That's where I think I have a little question on that, in the sense that do we have the same hunger like we had last year? I just feel that I personally have lost a little bit of hunger, but I can't, you know, kind of project that on the team. I mean, I just am busy with a lot of things, but having said that, they are playing. So I'm sure when you're a competitor, when you step on the field, I think the hunger will automatically come. At least for me, it would automatically. If I came there, I still will be so pumped up. I can assure you that. But even then, I still took all the efforts. Last game, I did everything in my power to get the best possible team. Out of respect for the opponent and also out of realizing our dire situation. So now I think Satya will have to do that. I mean, he'll have to personally call each person. But that's also part of growing up. He'll grow as a person. A challenge, difficulties, solve it.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, guys. Good luck and thank you. And we had lots of time on this show. So
yeah,
we wish everybody a good weekend and let's all hope for good cricket. So,
yeah.
all right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you, everyone.
Take care.
Thank you, Jimmy. Satya. Bye.
All right. Bye.